Welcome. Yes, it is true. The rumors are true. One Philip Rivers is heading to Indianapolis to work out with the Colts tomorrow, Tuesday. He's going to work out with the team, and there is a good chance the Colts signed Philip Rivers to save their season. The bad news is they're having to do this because all of their other quarterbacks are hurt. The other bad news is because of the point in the season that we're at, it's December, with Rivers coming in the month of December, way past the trade deadline. Unfortunately, he will not qualify for paternity leave. And that is always an issue with Philip Rivers.
When I say natural family planning, many people probably wonder what in the world is that, and it was a fancy word for no contraception. You do it all off your wife's cycle and what days she's most fertile, what days she's not fertile, so therefore you can together either really try to have a child or really not.
Change the policy, NFL. Change the policy for Philip. Okay. This is wild. Let me get my screen here for you. Let me get my screen up with our news and our info on this Monday night bombshell. There we go. Oh, that's not the right one. Is this it? There it is. There it is. Boom. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Holy shit. Philip Rivers. After the Daniel Jones Achilles tear, Riley Leonard has a ligament strain in his knee. Anthony Richardson is still on IR from his fractured orbital bone. So yes, former Colts quarterback, former Chargers quarterback, heading into Indy. They're going to work him out. And from what I listened to, what I've been trying to read through here, two big things got to happen. One, Rivers got to sling it, right? He's got to go in there and sling it, impress the Colts, make sure it looks like he can still play a football. And then two, Philip Rivers has to decide if this is what he actually wants to do, if he wants to come back into the NFL after retiring in the year 2020, because he is now 44 years old, okay? He is 44. He's tough as fucking nails. I think he's staying in shape. He's been coaching high school football, so he's been slinging it around out there, dicking around at practice, probably getting in some mental reps, all that important stuff. Yeah, he was very healthy. 44. Brady played, until he was 45. Aaron Rodgers just turned 42. Rodgers has the broken hand. Joe Flacco, old as hell. Rivers, his playing style, he's never a mobile guy. So I think it could work. If he's healthy and he can throw it. I really want to see this happen. I really, really want to see this happen. And yes, when I first saw this, I was like, wait, is this an April Fool's joke? Are they trying to get us? Are we going to get got here? I checked Mike Garofalo's tweet like 4 times to make sure it was from his account. I checked Schefter, and then I saw the report on the pregame from Schefter. This is very, very real. If you curse Philip Rivers, so help me God, Perna. If Rivers comes back, I will make sure the Colts are miles and miles away from the curse wheel. Okay? I mean, if the curse wheel really loves him some Philip Rivers, yeah. So I think this was the report from ESPN.
44-year-old Philip Rivers, as NFL Network reported, they are going to put through a workout with Philip Rivers on Tuesday. He's 44. Wow. He last played in the NFL.
Yeah, so that's Schefter confirming it, just so you know I'm not making this shit up, okay? Because it seems bizarre, right? It seems bizarre. This is interesting because Rivers has been out of the league long enough. He was getting close to Hall of Fame consideration. This would reset his Hall of Fame consideration. He'd have to wait another 5 years, right? And if he comes out and he plays well, maybe it helps his Hall of Fame case. Maybe this actually helps old Philly Rivs' Hall of Fame case. Maybe not, but maybe it does. Now, logistically, all right, Rivers coming in for what? Week 15. So first, he's got to impress Indy to get an offer. And I think what makes a lot of sense there is, wait for it, boom, a reunion with his quarterback's coach, Shane Steichen. Already know Shane Steichen, so he'll be ready to run the system, okay? He'll be ready to run the system. I think that's actually a key to making this happen. It's not just that he played with the Colts last in 2020. He's got a coaching connection there. So that would make his transition into the offense pretty smooth. He has a great running back in Jonathan Taylor to hand off to. Good offensive line in front of him. Some weapons to throw to. The Colts are a pretty solid team. He would be joining an 8-5 football team in the thick of the playoff race. So in terms of the situation, that's pretty damn good for a 44-year-old dude to come in and play. Obviously, can he still do it? Who knows? But the last time he played for Indy, his last game was against the Bills in the playoffs in that weird 2020 COVID season. Nobody in the stadium. The Bills won that game 27-24, somewhere around there. That was really when Josh Allen emerged as the Josh Allen we all now know. I think Rivers had like 300 passing yards in that game, a couple touchdowns. So he played well the last time he was with the Colts. He played well that final season there. So the last time we saw Philip Rivers, it wasn't like he was falling apart. He just decided it was time to retire, and he's been coaching, high school football in Alabama. I think that's where he's been doing it. Coaching high school football in Alabama. Crazy. You didn't specify why all of our players are injured, Perna. Why must that be? I don't know. Maybe because they play a violent sport called football. Maybe that's why. Philip Rivers Nation, let's ride. Hashtag burn the curse wheel. I told you, I will burn the curse wheel. 1 million subscribers by the Super Bowl, and I will burn and bury the curse wheel live on this YouTube channel for your pleasure. Until then, I am not touching it. I am honestly a little scared of it. So why would I mess with that? I'm not gonna mess with it. No fucking way. No way. I mean, Colts fans. Daniel Jones done for the season. Riley Leonard considered week to week. You're not getting Anthony Richardson. It said Philip Rivers is the only quarterback that the Colts are interested in working out right now. Does signing Philip Rivers, if he commits to play for the Colts, does that excite you, Colts fans? As a football fan, I am giddy for this opportunity for the Colts. I'll protect Phil. He's a legend. He's the only quarterback who I've ever genuinely hated. I mean, I really, really hated Philip Rivers, and he flipped me. And I learned to love Philip Rivers. I learned to appreciate the man. I found him hilarious. His press conferences were funny. The way he played the game was funny. The way he talks shit is funny. I would love to get him back on the football field. If he has to be mic'd up every single week, though, that has to be the deal. That 100% has to be the deal. He is mic'd up every week, and we get a full mic'd up Philip Rivers segment. Imagine this is how Rivers gets his ring. That would be the craziest story, quite possibly in NFL history. If you saw that as a movie script, right? Old 44-year-old quarterback comes out of retirement, joins the Colts, and leads them to a Super Bowl. Every football fan would be like, no, not believable. BS. Got my dad a bag of Fuck the Refs coffee for Christmas. I think he'll love it. Well, Thank you. I appreciate it. You can get the refs or a bag of Good Shits coffee. There's about 3 days left to get your coffee and your shirts order in at Benchwarmer shop if you're trying to give it for gifts for the holidays. So I appreciate that. D-Law and that Seattle D are going to murder that old man. Maybe week 16 is best for his return. Yeah, so that's like the one big question I have right now. If he goes to Indy and they're like, yeah, we want you. And he's like, yeah, I want to do this. Dagnabbit, let's get it done. Then it's like, how early can he play? Like we saw Joe Flacco switch teams and play that same week. Is that what we're talking? Could Phillip Rivers be playing this weekend? I think we'd have to wait a week. Brett Coleman saying, they would have to play the Texans. I'm saying Phillip Rivers got 10 kids at home. I don't really think he's scared of the Texans, honestly. I don't think that scares him. John Gruden just simply loves Phillip Rivers. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have tough football games if he comes back into the season. And then if he gets the Colts in the playoffs, which there's a high chance that happens, you're going to be playing the best. So I don't think it actually matters, which defenses and everybody that is playing. But like, how soon can he play? Would it be this weekend or would we have to wait a week? Because they would sign him to the practice squad. They'd keep him there and then elevate him right when it's time to play. So I'd be curious to see the earliest he can play and actually how rusty he would be. How much of that shit do you retain? And how quick are you on the offensive line, diagnosing your defenses and making plays after being out of the game for 4 years? It was the 2020 season, so he made the playoffs. The last time he played was technically 2021. So that's, that's a full 4. That's 4.5 going on 5 years there. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what I would expect. Being honest, like I feel like it would probably go poorly, but every part of my being would want this to go well for Philly. He was going to replace Tua a few years ago. Maybe. The Colts have reached out to him since he retired. Kyle Shanahan reached out to him. There was a possibility he was going to play for the 49ers. I think when was that? It was somewhere in there. So yeah, a lot of teams have reached out to Rivers to see if he still wants to play. And I think it's because, when he retired at the age 39 or 40, whatever it was, he was still healthy. You're gonna poke around an old, healthy QB. My Seahawks are absolutely cooked now. Oh God. Is that the first game? Is it Seattle? Let's take a look. Colts. Would it be Seattle right away? Yeah, so Seattle, 49ers. If he came back, Rivers would get the Seahawks, the Niners, the Colts, the Jags, and the Texans. Those are 4. Yeah, those are 4 really tough games. Playoff team, playoff team, playoff team, playoff team. That's a gauntlet to go through. But the Colts are in desperation mode. They got to their 8-5 record, and they got this schedule, and they're like, oh, fuck, Riley Leonard's got a thing in his knee. We don't really want to go through the rest of this season with just Riley Leonard. If he's a little banged up, no contraception's right. No contraception. Rivers going to come out and raw dog it against the defense. I think it's the combination of the curse wheel and the Duval curse. So yeah, it's a match made in heaven. And then let's just go Phillip, not Rivers, kids, Phillip Rivers stats. There we go. We'll take a look. What was Rivers last doing? Where was he? Where was he last playing there? All right, so 11-5 in his last season with Indianapolis. Pretty damn good. 4,100 passing yards. What's that? 24 TDs, 11 picks. Not bad. Not bad. And then playoffs. You got that one playoff game with the Colts. What was that? 309, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks in that game. How many times was he sacked? He was sacked 0 times as well. Not bad. Not bad. He's got Tyler Warren to throw to. Pittman, Alec Pierce. It'd be crazy. Paxton Lynch. Yeah, there's a lot of younger guys who might be available. There's a lot of younger guys, but they're not as cool as Rivers. Not as cool as old Phillip Rivers coming in. Where? Let's see here. Let's go to the Colts in 2020 there. No, damn it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Rivers stats that last season. My game log. Where's the game log? Oh, here we go. Game log 2020. All right, here we go. Look, he was only sacked 19 times that final season. We know. What do we know about Rivers? He got a quick release, right? Got a quick release. On and off the field. Boom. So, yeah. Guy can come in, get rid of the ball quickly. Not going to take a lot of sacks. 68 was his completion percentage in that final year. It's kind of an underrated season for Rivers that last year with the Colts. Finished it with 1, 2, 3, 4 of 5 wins. I don't know. It excites me. It really does. Rivers' wife said a new baby for every win. That could be what if they win 4 there, they win a playoff game. That's 5. You think Rivers can survive with 15 kids? Thank you. I love you too, Benjamin. Poor guy would have had to play the Jags and Texans the last 2 weeks. Yeah. I don't think he's scared though. He's seen every defense. He's played a lot of good defenses. That's exactly why you kind of want a veteran quarterback, right? Putting Riley Leonard against those defenses is scary. And just because Phillip Rivers is technically a grandpa, he's actually a grandpa, so maybe that'd be the first quarterback who's a grandpa. I think that'd be fucking wild. I do not like the move. I have no trust in you. And a father of 9 should not be killed on the field because of a curse wheel. Father of 10, Nolan, not 9. If he plays this weekend, Apollo Creed would throw in the towel for him. Go Hawks. Return of the Unk. How wild would it be to see Phil steal a wild card spot from the Chargers? Oh, that's a good call. That would be insane. Chargers lose a few here. Colts win out. That final spot Rivers takes from them. That is cruel. My God, but that is funny. Rivers to knock out Denver in the playoffs. That would piss me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Did Schefter say anything else? I forget.
Be there in a couple.
Figure out who else they could bring in. But that is the point that they're now at because Daniel Jones is out for the year. Riley Leonard is week to week. They have Brett Rippon on the practice squad. I cannot confirm. Maybe you guys can help that they've reached out to Troy Aikman.
No, they did not, Adam. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I would, oh my God, if the Broncos got to play Rivers in the playoffs, though, I'd be excited. I would be very excited. No contraception. Perna, are you going to put Tom's P on the curse wheel? I should with the Broncos Packers game, right? Smart thinking. This is your fault, Perna. Hope the curse wheel lands on the Broncos the next 4 weeks. Fault! This is the greatest gift you could have received after all the terrible things you've been through as a Colts fan. You've got to want Rivers back. Trust me. The season is fucked no matter what. Yeah, I think just in general it's kind of effed, but yeah, I mean, when you lose your quarterback, your season's usually effed. Unless you're the Eagles and you have Nick Foles, who he also played for the Colts for a bit too, right? As a Colts fan, seems like we always got something weird going on, like Jeff Saturday being head coach, no contraception versus the curse wheel. What could go wrong? What I love about Phillip Rivers is that the angrier he got, the better he played. Yeah. Rivers, all his whole problem throughout his career was in big moments. You're 50-50 on something good happening or something, a turnover, a pick, in those clutch moments. That's why the Chargers didn't have more success in the playoffs or make it more frequently when he was there. In 5 years, his kids could play each other in college ball. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Rivers might be coming back. We'll find out more tomorrow. I hope it happens. Appreciate you guys joining for this breaking news segment. Literal old man Grandpa Rivers, please. It would be a perfect cherry on the conclusion of the 2025 season. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Enjoy watching Monday Night Football. Chargers playing right now. Go watch Grassi. Go jump over to Grassi's stream. See you guys.